Alright. Who's ready to go some racing? Got 14 drivers here for you tonight. This is our Tuesday realistic division. This is round 9 out of 10. We're at Qatar today. Or this week, rather. I know we got Mr. Josh LFC there. Leading the Drivers' Championship by 29 points. So, just 2 weeks to go. So, Josh definitely sitting in a really good position right now. And then behind Josh, in driver points, we have William, 29 points back. And then we also have Rocket, who's 35 points back. So both Williams going out onto the track at the same time here. Maybe a little bit of team play from both of these drivers. As I'm sure the draft down that start-finish line straight, I'm sure would help a lot. So let's see what the Williams decide to do here. I think they're both going out on their own separate hot laps here. Because we're going to ride on board with William for this whole lap. He's going to set the tone for the rest of the field here for qualifying. As about half of the grid already out on the track. Still 15 minutes to go. I don't know if any of you, anybody caught the, what is it, the F175 live? Whatever they wanted to call it. I don't know if you tuned into that, but all the teams revealing their liveries for the 2025 season. So some teams switched it up, some teams kept it about the same. Especially the Red Bull, obviously. But enough of that, as we see both Williams drivers getting their lap times in together. We had Georgie beating his teammate with a 22.7, but not without Rocket splitting the Williams. Coming in behind Georgie with that 23.1, about 3.5 tenths behind. As Godley crosses the line, putting in his first lap with that 23.1, it seems, just barely beating out Rocket by about 20 thousandths of a second. As we see KBZ now coming across the line, getting his lap time in with that 23.2. Mr. Allen Toast has invalidated his lap, so if he has enough fuel, he might go around again, try a second time as he lets a car by. We're gonna hop on board with Aston Martin here with Amaro. So the tire wear at Qatar is my experience from last night with my drive. That front left, just with the very, very, very high tire degradation. I would say softs last about 5 laps here. I believe it was a 29 lap race is what we're in for right here tonight. But definitely do not expect any of these drivers to start on those softs, start this race off. And definitely going to be a one-stopper for sure. So I guess Umaru backing out of his lap. We hop on board with Dante here in the Haas. He gets going for his first lap out. So just under 12 minutes to go. Only 5 drivers put in a lap. So here at Qatar, track limits definitely going to be an issue for a lot of these drivers. So easy to go over the white line. All these high-speed corners, and you got to nail them absolutely perfect. One little slip up, and you're going to be taking a warning, or in this case for qualifying, you're going to invalidate your lap time. So Dante coming around into sector 3 with that triple right-hander. Coming around the final corner. Coming around pit entrance here. Dante absolutely already out of battery. DRS open. And Dante in P4 with that Haas. Now a reminder, this is realistic division here on our Tuesday night. So we do have, a little wide there from Dante, we do have realistic car performance turned on for this lobby. So with realistic performance, we have some of our faster drivers in the slower constructor teams cars, and some of our slower drivers in our league, and some of the faster cars, just to even the playing field out. As Umaru doing his second hot lap and validating the first one, coming across for this first lap time, taking pole position. Still just under 10 minutes to go. Umaru with that 22.6. Beating out Giorgio by a couple of tenths there. And Sub-Zero in that Ferrari also coming across the line, taking in his first hot lap. That 23.4. As we're on board with Rocket here. With about 9 minutes to go. Already starting his second hot lap of this race. Or qualifying, rather. The Rocket, nothing but clean air in front of him. No lap traffic to worry about. As Rocket coming through that triple right-hander, really tricky. Really easy to invalidate. Ooh. Almost by inches. Coming around that last left-hander there in sector 3. As he comes around draining the battery, if he can improve on his time, which he does make up 2 spots. Good enough for P2. We're going to switch our onboard here. We're going to go on with Godley as he now enters sector 3 into that triple right-hander. And MFG coming across the line. Coming in at P8. Godley 2 corners to go. Currently sitting in P4. As he goes across the start-finish line, not improving, still gonna have to settle for P4. Still plenty of time to go back out one more time, maybe. Hop on board with KBT here in the McLaren as he comes around the final corner and trying to put down his second hot lap of this quali session. KBT able to improve with that 23 flat. KBT sitting in P5 at the moment. Mr. Alan Toast getting in his first hot lap in. Currently sitting in P7 behind Dante there. So William, after qualifying second at the beginning, dropping down to the back of the pack. That's in his second hot lap of this session with a 22.8. Currently sitting in P4 right behind his teammate Giorgio. Alright, surely somebody's out on a lap. So Godley coming in. KBT on his in lap as well. We do have Sub-Zero and Josh. Notice Josh always likes to go late in these qualifying sessions. Doesn't like to put in a time till the very end. We're gonna rock and roll on board with Josh here in the kick. Our driver championship leader at the moment. As he's doing his outlap at the moment. The track is very quiet right now. Got 5.5 minutes left. Not too much to report on right now. Track is really quiet. 5 minutes to go. So Josh, championship leader, starting his first hot lap. Let's see what he can do. So along with Josh, we also have Black Spartan and the Aston Martin going through turn 1 at the moment, starting his first lap. So Josh coming through sector 1, going through the hairpin after sector 1, purple sector. Purple sector is what you expect from your championship leader. Josh absolutely nailing all these corners. Comes the tricky triple right-hander, all flat out. Ooh. Josh almost going over that white line there. As he comes around the final right-hander. Sector 3. Going past the pit entrance. DRS open. So your championship leader, lo and behold, takes P1. That's pole position for Josh there, beating out Omaru by about a tenth. The 22.5. We're gonna hop back on board with Black Spartan. Coming into the pits, he must have invalidated on his lap. Hop on board with our other Aston Martin here. We got Omaru. Got knocked down to P2 from Josh there, as he's gonna start his maybe final lap here of qualifying. Time ticking down. Might start to see a lot of cars come out of the pits any moment now. Let me have a quick little peek at the constructor standings. See what we're looking at. Oh yeah, so both kick drivers in the Constructors' Championships ahead of the Alpine by 89-point gap. Then we do have a close battle between Alpine and Williams, only a 1-point difference with just 2 weeks to go of this 10-week season here. So I think Kick Sauber honestly might have it in the bag. I think they might actually be able to double DNF both today and next week and still clinch the Constructors' Championship from Alpine there. Still, only a 1-point difference in Constructors between Alpine and Williams. As Umaru coming across that start-finish line, beating out Josh there. Umaru taking the pole position by 3/10. Actually, almost 4/10. A really, really, really good lap from him. We hop on board with Gary here. Gary still yet to set in a time. If you don't get the fastest lap, you at least need to be able to put in a benchmarker, or else you're going to start dead last here. So Gary coming around the final corner, trying to put his first lap time in here with just 30 seconds to go of qualifying. As Gary's going to come around, he's going to have to settle for P12. We hop on board with Michael, also coming around the final corner in that Mercedes. So Michael able to improve about 4 or 5 spots there, right in front of his teammate Godley. Good enough for a P7 with that 22.9. It's just about everybody's out on track doing their hot lap. We're going to stay on board here with Georgie and Rocket, your P4 and P5 qualifying runners here, trying to improve, trying to go up the ladder. So Giorgio and that Williams coming around his final corner with qualifying finished. He's going to cross the line. He's going to pick up 3 positions there. And he's going to be in P3, sitting very happily. So we have Godley and the other Mercedes coming around, finishing up his qualifying session. Godley going from P9 to P4, jumping quite a few there. Sub-Zero across the line, picking up another spot. Dante crossing the line. I think Michael deciding to come into the pits one more time. I think that's going to do it for us here. So I think there you have it. This is going to be our running order here for tonight. Amaru coming in, taking P1, and then Rocket. I don't know where, I didn't even notice him coming in P2 there. And Giorgio and Godley all beating out Josh. I thought Josh's time was really impressive there, but these 4 drivers definitely had something to say to our championship leader. So Josh thought he might have had it, went ahead and retired in pits, but gets knocked down to P5. We're going to start off on pole with Amaru, followed by Rocket on our front row here. And then we got Georgie, Godley, Josh, Hamilton, William, ABT, Sub-Zero, MFG Bossman, Dante, Mr. Allen Toast, Gary, Black Spartan, and Fitz wrapping up the rest of this field. So don't go anywhere. We're going to give our drivers about 4 or 5 minutes, get their strategies in order, and then we'll be racing here shortly. Don't go anywhere. Alright, and we're back. And we got 5 lights. And we're off. Alright, down into turn 1. Let's look back here. Plenty of cars too wide going through turn 1 and turn 2. We got an Aston Martin going a little wide there. McLaren going down low in that kick. I think that might have been Josh taking a little bit of a spill as we are still battling back here into the end of sector 1 with a double right-hander. So from the looks of it, I'm not sure where Alan Toast started this race. But we got Josh taking a spill coming out of turn 1, I think, or maybe it was turn 2. Going from P4 all the way down to 14th, losing 10 spots. But no safety car, no virtual needed as we continue here. A little bit of action there from our front runners there. I don't think Josh is too worried there. He still has a commanding lead in the Drivers' Championship. A little bit of a safety net, as you will. As we head down into the start of lap 2, everyone's starting to get single file here now. And now the race is on. The Rocket following very closely to the Williams in front of him. Georgie a little under pressure now. Maru with that really great quali lap to get him on pole. Now 1.2 seconds ahead of second place. Going to the middle of lap 2 here. Maru sitting in a really good spot. Georgie in the hot seat. We'd have a little bit of a spill from Fitz there. I'm not sure what happened, but we're going to get our first safety car of this race halfway through lap 2 and our first DNF of the night. Let's take a look at some of these details here, position changes. So Josh, after coming around turn 1 or turn 2, it might have been dropping down, losing 8 positions just in our first 2 opening laps. Also Sub-Zero dropping 5 spots. Black Spartan gaining 5 positions there, and Dante gaining 4. Really good start from both of those drivers. So Amaru thought he might have been in the clear there, as now everyone's going to line back up as we do a safety car here. We have 2 cars opting to go into the pits, both Giorgio and Josh. The Josh opting to switch from those hards, going on to mediums, and Georgie going from those mediums to those hards. So I think Josh already being in the back, playing it smart, coming off of the hards, and I think he's going to do a medium strat here. Alright, so we should have one more lap of the safety car here. Only 2 cars opting to come in. I'm surprised a lot of these hard runners didn't come in. Especially some of the hard runners that are at the back of this pack here. As we see Michael coming in and Josh coming in again. I'm not sure what's on Josh's mind here. Josh going for his putting the hards back on. I'm not really sure what the play is there. It's not like you can do 25 laps on those hards. But definitely Michael making the move, getting off those hards, going up to the mediums there. And then he should be medium for the rest of this race. So middle of sector 2 here, so we just have half a lap to go until we go green. You know, I really wish they would replace the safety car with like a Formula 3, you know, kind of cars. Something that can actually go through the corners. So safety car in this lap. So Amaru slowing down the field here. Going into the middle of sector 3. Safety car's still not in yet. Oh, a little bit of bump in there. So as we go... Oh, so William going down into turn 1 on the inside of Hamilton there. They're going to stay too wide going into the turn 2 there. As Hamilton's going to push him out wide, as Williams going to have to settle for P4 and not get the pass done. We go back to field a little bit. A little bit of a cluster here in our midfield. Back of drivers here. I got Alan Toast all over the back of Gary. As Gary goes down the inside. I'm sorry, Alan goes down the inside on that hairpin. But then he goes a little bit wide there, allowing the Alpine driver to get a look. Ooh, goes a little wide there. Gary almost had a chance of making the pass. Back, getting his position again. We're going to jump up forward a little bit. Riding on board with Black Spartan. Behind KBT here in that McLaren. As DRS will be open this lap, but they won't get it until the next. Black Spartan, a good run on KBT here coming out of that exit. I think KBT is going to let him by. We're going to jump up the field here a little bit. We got a 4-car battle for the P3 position at the moment. Ooh, oh, and we have a little bit of a collision there at the beginning of Sector 2. We got Gary and Georgie coming into each other right there, colliding. So both drivers are gonna go back several positions. And KBT just glad that he avoided all of that. So I believe going into the start of Sector 2, Georgie thought he had a look going on the inside of Gary, ended up pushing Gary wide, sending both of them off of the track, losing positions there. As we have DRS open now. We're going to hop on board with Black Spartan, getting the pass on Dante here, going into turn 1 with DRS active. Black Spartan going to be able to get around Godly as well. Off of the exit of turn 1. The Black Spartan up 2 positions on that stretch. And still within DRS from William there in our P4 spot. We're going to hop back a little bit here. A little bit of a battle there between the Ferrari and that McLaren. We'll go down into the hairpin of Sector 2. MFG all over the back of that Ferrari. So very difficult to pass on this track unless it's the front straightaway there. We got the battle for P10 at the moment. We got KBT, Sub-Zero, and MFG. All battling for position here. So MFG with a good exit. Might be able to catch the Ferrari sleeping. If he has enough speed, might be able to catch up to that McLaren as the McLaren is charging. And we have a 3 wide there going into turn 1. Oh, not really sure what to make of that one. I don't think that was necessary to go 3 cars abreast. So KBT getting the shorter end of the stick there, as he was in a little bit of a sandwich, nowhere to go. Thankfully, nobody's spinning out. And the race continues. We hop on board with this, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car battle here. Everybody battling for a P3. We're up here at the front. Wow, I didn't even notice both our P1 and P2, Amaru and Rocket, just leaving everybody behind. Oh, Dante goes way wide. And Mr. Alan Toast is going to appreciate that. Hop on board with Godley here. But yeah, let's jump up to Hamilton. We might get a good seat here. We see William trying to make a move on the inside of Black Spartan with DRS going into turn 1. Black Spartan, or William's going to go down the inside. Not able to make it stick there. This Black Spartan is on the mediums. So William not able to get the move done. So just about 1/3 of this race completed. As we do have MFG getting collected somewhere back there. He's going to drop down to last. Hop on board with Alan Toast. As we complete lap 9, DRS still open. Got a little bit of a train going here with 5 cars Battle for P3 still going on. So DRS open, William trying to get another look on Black Spartan here. Almost a repeat of last lap. William going down the inside, but Black Spartan on those mediums able to get the traction down on the outside and stay in front of William here. This is the MFG going into the pits. I assume for a new wing. As the battle for P3 between all 5 of these drivers continues. With Josh and Dante not too far behind, only 1.1 seconds. And just 1 second behind. If Josh can catch up to Godley here, we'll have a 7-car battle for P3. Just one long DRS train. We come around the final corner with DRS open again. So Alan Toast all over the back of Hamilton there in that Haas. As Alan Toast and William both making up a position there in that straightaway. So William took 3 attempts, but finally able to get around the Aston Martin. Toast almost with the inside look on Black Spartan there in that Aston. Alan Toast gonna look on the inside of the double right-hander. Gets a little loose. So both drivers sliding a little bit. As Toast is gonna take the position from Spartan there. So both of those drivers, really good job on not collecting one another. Both Toast and Spartan getting a little slidey there. But no contact made as Alan Toast gets the move done. As we have a 7-car battle for P3. But I am curious when Black Spartan on those mediums surrounded by hard runners, when he's going to come into the pits and maybe try to get the undercut. And we see Rocket going into the pits a little early there, as he's going to try to get the undercut done. Getting off of those mediums and putting on those hards. I would say about lap 12 is kind of the undercut range. If you're going to try it, you better try it now. So Amaru with a 9-second gap, sitting very comfortably in P1. And now we see our leader, Amaru, coming into the pits, trying to cut off the undercut from Rocket. I'm not sure what the gap was when Rocket came into the pits. Might be a close one. Not sure where Amaru's gonna come out. Oh, he's got plenty of a big of a gap. So Maru trying to mimic what Rocket did and come in just one lap later, trying to protect that undercut from happening. Omaru, provisional leader at the moment, sitting comfortably with about a 2-second gap from Rocket there with KB in the middle of him. Yeah, this is just one long train. As we go into the start of lap 14, almost halfway over with this race. Oop, wrong way. So no passing gonna be made. Almost took that back as Hamilton almost had a look on Black Spartan there going into the turn 1. The Black Spartan still on those, he's on 13 lap old mediums. I'm surprised he hasn't came in yet. He might be just trying to stay out there as long as he can, as long as he has DRS. I don't expect too much action to really happen with all these curvy bits in the middle of the track. But definitely all the action to be seen going down the front stretch, going into turn 1. That's the best overtaking opportunity here at Qatar. As Hamilton might have gone a little wide there. I'm not sure if he picked up a warning for it. And now Black Spartan, after 14 laps, deciding to go in, take those mediums off and go for hards. As Toast trying to get a move on Williams here. I'm surprised to see Williams defending so much considering he does have a penalty on him. Still bumping each other. Alan Toast definitely trying to get around the Williams here. This Toast all over the back of William. As long as Toast can nail this final corner, he'll have the pass easily. As I think Toast has had enough of it, decides to go for the undercut there. As we see Hamilton getting around William before the entry of turn 1 there. Hamilton, our new race leader. We do see a few more pit stops coming out. But following Toastin, we have Dante and Sub-Zero also choosing to pit. Going on those mediums a little early. Trying to get the undercut done. So now, just past the halfway mark, now we're going to see tire strategy come into play. We had a 7-car battle for that P3 position.
I'm sure we're going to see some of these drivers pit this lap, try to cover off the undercut that the other 3 drivers did just 1 lap prior. As we do see Hamilton going in, putting on those mediums. But now William, our race leader at the moment. As it looks like Josh going down the inside, getting around Godley there for the turn 1 entrance. But now Josh going from the front of the pack on lap 1 all the way to the back, finds himself back in P2. Definitely curious to see if any of these drivers that are in our top 4 here, if they decide to stay out on these hards for the remainder of the race or not. It'll be interesting to see if someone tries it. I'm a little curious to know if it would work. So coming around sector 3, we'll have 11 laps to go. So William, our race leader, picking up another time penalty there. Not sitting in a good position. I'd say if we get to the start of lap 21 and some of these guys haven't pitted yet, I think they're in it for the long run. I think we might see them try to do 25 laps on those hards. We have some action back here in the midfield here as Hamilton gets around Black Spartan, the assist of DRS. But nothing fancy, but a good old-fashioned DRS pass. Nice and easy and simple. Come down here to the back. Battle for P11 between Gary and Sub-Zero. Alpine versus Ferrari. A little bit of a baguette versus mozzarella stick here. As we do see both William and Godley both coming into the pits. Coming off of those hards. I really hope they're not going to put softs on. Okay, thank God. So I haven't seen anybody throw on the softs yet all this race. Not sure if we're going to see it. The Ferrari of Sub-Zero using to go around the outside of Gary there, going into turn 1. And he's going to make it stick as Sub-Zero gets around. We're going to head back up here to the midfield here. See what's going on between these guys. We've got Hamilton, Alan Toast, Dante, and Black Spartan. The battle for P5. As we start lap 20, 10 laps to go of this race. The Toast not going to be able to have enough speed. Get Hamilton there with DRS helping him out. We do have Dante and Black Spartan P7, P8. I'm not sure what their penalties are looking at. So yeah, Dante and Black Spartan both to 3 seconds, so both of those drivers still racing for position. So Toast, definitely with a faster car, I would believe. Ooh, Toast going a little wide there. He's going to pick up a time penalty. I think Hamilton in the front of this pack, all he has to do is just finish. If Hamilton can just finish cleanly and not pick up any penalties, I think Hamilton might be finishing P4. And Hamilton with his teammate behind him trying to fight off the kick driver of Alan Toast going into turn 1. You see Dante, Alan Toast, and Black Spartan all with 3 seconds. Battle for P5. As we do see Josh did decide to pit on lap 20, opting for those mediums. And then Josh is going to be in the middle of this pack. We do have a little bit of a look here from the Aston Martin going into the final corner, looking to get around on the outside. Black Spartan's going to be able to stick it and get the move done before the final corner. Yeah, so for the battle for P5 between Dante, Spartan, and Toast. Really close there is William with 6 seconds. William not really able to fight there, as if he would make up any positions, they're just going to take him right back from him. Of Hamilton here, with a now 1.2 lead on his teammate behind him, he can get out of the DRS. That would help him out greatly, but it's not going to help his teammate out. His teammate needs the DRS to stay in front of this pack, as Dante is not going to be able to get the help from his teammate with DRS. Now Black Spartan is going to be able to go down the inside and get around the Haas. The assist of DRS there. And we go down into lap 23 now. So just 6.5 laps of racing to go. Amaru still sitting in first right now with a good 3-second gap to Rocket behind him. But Georgie still out here on 20 lap old hards. So Georgie, even though he's on those hard tires, he's going to be slow, but he does have a little bit of a gap behind him. We have 6 laps to go in this race. So Georgie with a time penalty as well on him, so Hamilton's going to be able to get him easily. A little bit of some switcheroos happening back here. For some of these drivers, with only a handful of laps to go, I'd be trying to conserve that battery. Maybe try to save it all for the last lap. Yeah, Hamilton just reeling in Giorgio here. Lap after lap is now Hamilton in DRS. As Hamilton looks down the inside, getting around Giorgio. Gonna make the pass happen easily. And now Hamilton sitting on our podium right now. And now Hamilton we do have Rocket in P2 with a 3-second penalty on him. Hamilton only about 5.5 seconds back. Hamilton, if he wants to get P2, he's going to need to make up 2.5 seconds here on Rocket. Everybody's spacing out a little bit from each other. A little bit of this DRS train kind of starting to separate from one another here. So we do have William in a kick sandwich. But William trying to look down the inside of Toast. Going down into turn 1, not able to get the move done on those old hards. As I think MFG coming out of the end of sector 1, we're gonna have our second safety car as MFG is gonna retire from this race. And we might have ourselves here a 1 or possibly 2 lap shootout. The safety car definitely not helping out Rocket, as Rocket might have been able to keep Hamilton at bay behind him. Now Hamilton's going to be right behind him with just 2 laps remaining when we go green after the safety car. As I'm sure everybody's going to be coming in. So Amaru deciding to stay out, our race leader, with just about everybody behind him deciding to come in and throw on those softs. We have 5 drivers opting to stay out. I think Amaru a little bit relieved there. Amaru also with everyone behind him all on penalties. And Amaru might even have a little bit of a help. The Black Spartan, his teammate. The safety car picked up our leader, lap 27. The safety car might go in this lap. So I think we might have an early safety car here, or a short one rather. See KBT there in the back. Hopefully he can catch up to the front of this, or into the back of the pack here. Safety car should be in this lap. Yeah, safety car in this lap. Some of our back markers there, it might have been best just to stay out. A lot of people in front of them with penalties on them. The safety car in this lap, we're going to go green on lap 28, 2-lap shootout. I don't even, with just 2 laps, we're not even going to see DRS activate either. As we go green, 2 laps to go. So everybody up here at the front, besides William, on only 3 seconds of penalties, so everyone trying to battle for this podium here. Surprised to see Rocket throw on those mediums, considering there's only like 2 laps to go. So as we go through the triple right-hander, coming up on our last lap here, about to start, we're not going to see DRS activated. Or I guess technically our drivers are going to see about 2 seconds of DRS next lap, and that's going to be it. 2 seconds of DRS is not going to be enough. So a little bit of a battle there between Hamilton and Rocket, as Rocket's going to lose 2 positions coming out of the corner of turn 1. Hamilton trying to go down the inside, as we do see Josh go wide into the hairpin, losing several positions. As Hamilton gets around William there. That pass didn't matter too much. William does have a penalty on him, but Hamilton definitely trying to stay within the penalty range of the 3 cars in front of him. So Hamilton currently sitting P5, might see him up on the 2nd spot there on the podium. We have a 4-car battle here for P9 at the moment. They're going 2 wide through sector 3. Oof. I don't know how nobody hit each other there. We come down to the line. A little bit of a photo finish from Godly there. And that's going to do it for us here. Your Tuesday night realistic division racing here with IUF1. With Mr. Alan Toast with your Dia the D.